Hey there, YouTube! Alright, so you want to talk about the scare zones for HHN 34? Pull up a chair. I've got the map, I've got the speculation, and yes, I've been way too deep in the fan threads for weeks. Let's walk through what's been announced, what people think is going where, and why the vibe this year is shaping up to be something really special. Origins of horror. Let's start up here at the front in Production Central. I love that Universal leans into putting itself right at the entrance to HHN. It's like the globe itself is telling you, hey, everything you're about to see tonight either came from us or was inspired by the monsters we gave the world. These monsters are why Universal survived the Great Depression. They're why we grew up seeing Dracula and Frankenstein pop up in Scooby-Doo reruns, and why anyone who calls themselves a horror fan still reveres these characters as sacred. And putting them right at the front is such a baller move. It's not just nostalgia, it's Universal flexing and saying, we still got it. Masquerade, Dance with Death. Man, I really hope this one lands in San Francisco. It just isn't the French Quarter without water nearby, you know? San Francisco's waterfront streets would be the perfect backdrop for this kind of rotting, decadent opulence. Masquerade, Dance with Death is shaping up to be an eerie, gold and feathered party. Think sexy, goth vampire vibes where the beautiful people are just a little too sharp-toothed to be safe. But here's the thing, this zone is more frightening to me than something like Mutations. Chaos has an equality to it. When everything's mayhem, at least everyone's facing the same storm. But Masquerade is curated, it's controlled. It's the horror of realizing too late that you're the only fly in a room full of spiders. If your horror itch is sexy, deadly vampires, then step right up. But for me, this zone taps into the terror of movies like Rosemary's Baby, The Wicker Man, or Hereditary. By the time the victim senses danger, the evil plan is already inevitable. The Cat Lady of Crooked Lane. Okay, fun fact I learned on Reddit today. A shout out to Lil Danny Boy OTB. The Cat Lady was actually teased in a poster at Slaughter Cinema 2, so this has been lurking in the background for a while. The gimmick here? Apparently we're going to get turned into cats at some point, and honestly I am deeply curious as to what that means in a practical sense. Like, if Dolls Let's Play Dead shrinks us all to doll size, does this zone transform us into cats and then partially cure us, leaving us a third of our normal size? I don't know, but I love all of it. Also, I just am fascinated when scare zones and houses interconnect, or at least rhyme. The fan consensus puts this zone in New York, and I am fully behind that. The alley-like streets, the cobblestone, it comes with that pre-modern eeriness, like you're stepping into a world with rules you don't understand. And look, you can probably expect, and please don't unsubscribe, plenty of cat scares. I'm so sorry. Up next, Mutations, Toxic 20s. Look, if Jack Nicholson plus Toxic Sludge gave us the Joker, then 1920s Gangsters plus Toxic Sludge gives us this. I love the contrast here. It's basically the opposite of Masquerade. Instead of rotting opulence, we get the true Hollywood glamour, but splattered with face-melting horror. Fan consensus puts this one along Hollywood Boulevard, which just fits. That old school glitz turned grotesque. This is in-your-face horror, or, you know, faces, plural. It's what happens when body horror meets babyface. I'm so here for it. Okay, over at Mel's Drive-In, we're getting Mel's Die-In, Zombies. This is one of two street experiences. It's not quite a full scare zone, but it's absolutely one to watch. Expect a rotating cast of undead actors, maybe some zombie car hops, and God help us, possibly zombies on roller skates. It's an objectively terrible idea, and I can't wait to see it. But also, this is going to be the place to be seen. If you want that I survived HHN selfie with style, this is your spot. And finally, we've got club horror. Think undead DJs, pulsing music, and maybe some blood-slicked dance floors. It's not a formal zone, but it's absolutely a vibe. I don't drink, but I will absolutely get a drink here. I'm probably going to need one, really. After Jason Universe, Terrifier, Galkin, and everything else we've been promised, I think you might too. So, quick recap. Origins of Horror up front in Production Central, Masquerade dazzling us in San Francisco, Cat Lady lurking in New York, Mutations tearing through Hollywood, Zombies shambling at Mel's, and Club Horror ready to finish you off, probably with a drink in hand. If you're planning your HHN 34 run, this gives a solid idea of how the park should flow and where the chaos will hit the hardest. But hey, let me know. What's the scare zone or street experience you're the most hyped for? Drop it in the comments. And if you're as deep in the fan speculation hole as I am, hit subscribe. Until then, I hope to get stuck in line next to you.